plans. It shows.
Let me deal with this.
That's on.
I thought there were 3 of you.
There were 3 of us.
For the 25 board interview, there was 2.
But then we came back into session.
So but we didn't have a quorum when we got to that point. We had a quorum up until here. We didn't have a quorum from here on.
Right.
That's my.
And then the new one came back in.
Okay. All right.
So
So we're good.
also, if you could just note, I appointed Lori Elfman.
I did put that in there.
Yeah, I saw the beginning.
Oh, good, sorry.
Okay.
I didn't see.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
you
thought
did.
I
you
did.
did.
And should this be executive session then?
We never went into executive session, to be honest
But we
with
did it. Okay. All right. So so they're good.
You got it?
All right.
Mhm. Yeah, they want that one.
you. They want that one. Yes, they do.
They want that one.
Is it 7 o'clock yet?
Nope.
What? 1 minute.
Yeah, and this will need to be amended, I guess, right? Because that's.
Yes.
Or why don't you just change the figure now? Do you know what it is rather than?
Yeah, the figure, I changed it on my agenda if you want to
Okay.
put it,
Yeah.
so the amendment, the voucher amount changes.
All right.
1,978,706.95.
Thank you. It's
100,
easier than a minute.
978,
Uh,
706.
0.95. Okay, I will move to call the January 23rd meeting of the Woodstock Town Board for the business meeting to order. One quick announcement I want to make. So the Housing Oversight Task Force has run its course. They produced a document and given it to us and helped with some of the comments, and now it's totally in our lap. So the task force is dissolved. I want to thank Deborah, Kirk, Michael, Judith, Richard, Jeff, and you, Laura, very much for your hard work. I know it's been a roller coaster. It's been 2.5, almost 3 years. So thank you for that. And look forward to seeing where we end up with it.
And fabulous leadership from Deborah Dewan and
Yeah.
Kurt Ritchie. They
Yeah,
were wonderful.
co-chairs,
And
so.
every member of the committee was rowing the boat, and it was an excellent committee. I will ask, I know it's the town board, will you be asking the zoning revision committee to pick it up, to spearhead anything, or?
Certainly, you can
Okay, we're
take a look and weigh in and give us thoughts.
well, we're doing STRs now, so
Okay.
so it says STR is the full focus now. So I think that we'll need to get that a little further along, and then, or at least for me to personally take a look at it anyway. 'Cause I'm the only
We'll
person
see where
who's
we
looked
end
at
up with it then.
it. Yeah, there you go.
So with that, I'm gonna go into resolutions. Be it resolved to accept minutes for meetings held on December 19th, 2023, January 9th, 2024, and January 18th, 2024.
Second,
I have a couple of points. Can I just send them to you? Is that
Absolutely,
fine?
email them to me. That'll be great.
Substantial changes or just,
No, they're just
Okay.
that, no, they are not substantial changes.
okay.
yeah, and there was,
Oh, I also have a change for the January 9th meeting. As I was not absent, I was on video conference.
I didn't think we had video. I didn't think we zoomed that day, did we?
We didn't have audio.
We did have audio and video, and she was on it on my phone here.
On your laptop,
Yeah,
on your phone.
On your phone.
she was visible.
All right, let me go back and take a look at the.
We need to look at the Zoom.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll look at the Zoom.
Well, so you brought up Zoom is what you're saying, Dana. You-
Yeah,
you-
I brought up Zoom.
It was
There
your
wasn't a town Zoom,
It
but
was your
she
per-
was present
It was your
on
personal-
Zoom.
Oh, no, it wasn't a public Zoom.
It
no.
doesn't need to be a public Zoom.
It needs to be where other members of the public have
No,
access to it.
it doesn't. Lori Mithen-Damasi did not say it had to be.
Okay.
Yeah, I had already checked.
We'll take a, We'll take a look at it and we'll get back to
Well,
you.
normally when we
Is that
Zoom,
based on our law, or is that based on the Zoom law?
It's
from
based
New
on
York
a
State?
combination.
Okay,
well, I guess my question though is usually when we Zoom, it's recorded. So
Correct.
Bennett, was your Zoom recorded?
No, I was not recording.
I'll look into that.
so what are we doing with these?
So
Those are just minutes?
Bennett is going to forward his changes, Marie Lake can forward her changes, and so we'll,
So it says January 9th then, so the question is the January 9th minutes.
well, the rest of the information though is substantially correct.
Well,
I have question, I have some, an addition on the December 19th minutes and on the January 9th minutes.
And
So
you'll-
I
Okay.
will forward both of those things to you.
Perfect.
And I did find a slight typo. I think it was the start of the January 9th
Send
minutes. I didn't.
All right, all in favor? Aye. Be resolved to accept the town clerk's
I'm
report.
sorry, I don't drag it on. So it's kind of a big distinction. We're approving them, but we still don't know what Maria
If we make a
Elena's
change,
status.
we'll bring that, I'll bring it back.
Right.
We'll amend the
Okay.
minutes. Be it resolved to accept the town clerk's report.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 So, to
Aye.
authorize payment of audited vouchers in the amount of $1,978,706.95.
Second.
Discussion.
Yes,
I'd like to offer an amendment to pull out the legal bill of Rod Fuderfoss's firm for $3,762.
okay,
I'm concerned about the staggering and endless bills by Fuderfoss concerning the Shady Dump lawsuit at 10 Church Road.
okay.
Mr.
Is there a
Fuderfoss-
second for that,
Is there a second?
for your motion?
I second that.
All in favor of pulling out the
I'm not done
resolution?
speaking about and discussing this. If you don't.
How
mind.
much more do you have? Because there's a motion on the,
We'll go ahead. I mean,
Mr.
we're in the
Fuderfoss-
discussion. It's been seconded. It's
Mr.
time-
Fuderfoss defended the 10 Church Road cleanup permit that was vacated and annulled by an order of the state Supreme Court. This leaves the site unremediated and in need of a new permit. To date, no
that's
action has
your
been.
opinion. Go on.
The site does not have an completion. To date, no action has been taken to serve the dump owner with a new permit. My concern is that Fuderfoss is billing for legal advice that is incorrect, and it's putting the town in more legal and financial jeopardy. Now the illegal dump owner has grounds to sue the town, and Fuderfoss is still billing us for more legal bills.
Done? All in favor of withdrawing the bill?
No.
No.
Aye.
Aye.
I don't agree. I think we've got to pay the bill. I
All
hear
in
what you're
favor of
saying, but
paying the
we've gotta
bills?
pay the bill.
Aye.
Well, did we, I don't know whether Ben and Maria Elena voted on that one.
I'm
Yeah,
paying
they
the,
did.
On paying
I'm
the
paying,
invite.
I voted no on the, on paying the Fuderfoss bill.
Right.
I voted yes on paying the
Fully.
entire bill.
Okay, so,
When my amendment
good
doesn't pass, I am going to vote for the entire
Entire
bill.
thing, okay.
Even though I have tried to pull out the mindless Fuderfoss bill.
thank you. Be it resolved to authorize transfers per transfer sheet.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Let me see what this.
Maria Elena, can I just get clarification? So are you in favor of paying all the bills? Or are you still, like Bennett just said?
Yes, but like Bennett just said, I'm in alignment with him on this matter.
Okay, I just want to make sure. So it's 3-0 for the second amendment and then 5-0 for the paying of.
It's actually 2-3, 2-3.
It's
Two, three, that's what I mean.
2 yes,
Yes.
3 no, and then 5 yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Whereas pursuant to section 123 of town law, the Woodstock Town Board conducted an audit, the Woodstock Justice Court at a scheduled meeting held at Justice Courts on January 18, 2024. And whereas Justice Court personnel made available all inspections for dockets, ledgers, canceled checks, and bank statements and bail book for the year 2023. And whereas all said documents for 2023 were found to be neat, orderly, reconciled. And whereas all questions of said records were answered to the complete satisfaction of the Woodstock Town Board, now therefore be it resolved to declare the 2023 audit of the Woodstock Justice Court by the Woodstock Town Board to be complete, and that monies received and dispersed by the Woodstock Justice Court for the town of Woodstock in 2023 be fully accounted for.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And may we thank the court and the court clerks for the great job they do and their diligence. So thank you.
Thank you, Laura.
And just to note, Jackie, that I have to abstain from all of the audits, Justice Court, Town Clerk, Tax Collector, and Supervisor audits.
Okay.
Whereas pursuant to section 123 of town law on January 18, 2024, the Woodstock Town Board conducted an audit of the Woodstock Town Clerk's office at scheduled meeting held at 45 Como Drive, Woodstock, New York, 12498. And whereas the town clerk personnel made available for inspections all ledgers and records of cash receipts and cash disbursements, canceled checks and bank statements for the year 2023. And whereas these financial records for the year 2023 were found to be neat, orderly, and reconciled, and whereas all questions about said records were answered to the complete satisfaction of the Woodstock Town Board, now therefore be it resolved to declare the 2023 audit, the Woodstock Town Clerk by the Woodstock Town Board is complete, and that monies received and dispersed by the Woodstock Town Clerk for the town of Woodstock in 2023 are fully accounted for. Second.
Second.
Your second.
Yes.
Okay, and Laura, there were two things when we couldn't go on. I know you went back.
Newell and I both went back.
Okay,
And we're satisfied.
Okay,
I
excellent.
don't want to
Thank
speak for
you.
Newell. I don't want to put words in Newell's mouth. I'm satisfied.
Yes, so the two open items, there were actually 3 open items, they were all resolved today.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And thank you once again to our town clerk's office. Excellent job as always and very thorough and lots going on.
Okay, please note, deputy has walked in. Whereas pursuant to section 123 of town law, January 18th, 2024, the Woodstock Town Board conducted an order of the Woodstock Tax Collector's Office at the scheduled meeting held at 45 Como Drive, Woodstock, New York, 12498. Whereas the town tax collector personnel made available for inspection all ledgers, records of cash receipts and cash disbursements, canceled checks and bank statements for the year 2023. And whereas these financial records for the year 2023 were found to be neat, orderly, and reconciled. And whereas all questions about said records were answered to the complete satisfaction of the Woodstock Town Board, now therefore be it resolved to declare that the 2023 audit of the Woodstock Tax Collector by the Woodstock Town Board is complete, and the monies received and dispersed by the Woodstock Town Clerk for the town of Woodstock in 2023 are fully accounted for.
Second.
Discussion.
Discuss.
I'll be voting no on the audit for the tax collector. When asked, is the bank account reconciled after bank statements are received? The tax collecting officer, Michelle Seward, replied, yes, my mother does it. At this point, the town clerk interrupted, no, I do. I found this exchange to be troubling and will vote no to declaring a complete audit for the tax collector.
In what way is
Thank
that
you.
troubling? I'm the tax collector.
Jackie, tell me more. All in favor? Aye.
No,
I just want to make it a public statement that I find that very insulting.
Hostile,
And
yes.
yes, I've been town clerk for 20 years and there's never been an issue. So once again, Bennett,
And we
you
saw the records.
make a fool of yourself.
We-
I'm
we-
sorry.
We saw the records.
Thank you.
And I do, and like I thanked the others that we audited, I want to thank the tax collector's office for all the work done. And
Thank
being-
you.
And being right
Thank you,
on.
Laura.
So, thank you.
Well, I'll ask you to read the next one as it has to do with supervisor.
Sure. Whereas pursuant to section 123 of town law, on January 18th, 2024, the Woodstock Town Board conducted an audit of the Woodstock Town Supervisor at a scheduled meeting held at 47 Como Drive, Woodstock, New York, 12498. And whereas the town supervisor's personnel made available for inspection all ledgers, records of cash receipts and cash disbursements, cash reconciliation, investment records, indebtedness records, property records, interim financial reports and payrolls, canceled checks and bank statements for the year 2023. And whereas these financial records for the year 2023 are found to be neat, orderly, and reconciled. And whereas all questions about said records were answered to the complete satisfaction of the Woodstock Town Board, Therefore, be it resolved to declare the 2023 audit of the Woodstock Town Supervisor by the Woodstock Town Board is complete, and that monies received and dispersed by the Woodstock Town Supervisor for the town of Woodstock in 2023 are fully accounted for. We'll need a second, because I can't do it, because I. made a
Second.
motion. Thank you.
All in favor?
Discuss.
Sure.
I'll be voting no on the audit of the supervisor. When asked, is the bank reconciliation performed by a person whose job duties do not include maintaining either the cash receipts or disbursement journals or receiving or dispersing cash? The bookkeeper, Pam Boyle's response was that she did the reconciliation. This indicated that the same person did the reconciliation and the disbursements. She said, I do the reconciliation. When 3 town board members pointed out that Pam Boyle is the same person reconciling and dispersing, the supervisor claimed that town board members did the reconciliation during voucher signings. When 2 town board members pointed out that the town board does not have responsibility for reconciliation of the books, the supervisor replied, oh, then I did the reconciliation. I found this exchange to be
Must be
troubling
recorded.
and will vote no to declaring a complete audit for the supervisor.
All in favor?
Aye.
No.
And I believe it was a.
Laura, don't even waste your breath.
Well, no, but
This is-
I want to go on record thanking Pam Boyle for all the work she does. She is fabulous. She does a ton of work for us. We crawl through the records, we crawl through the vouchers. She provides us bank statements. We crawl through everything. So I'm confident that everything is well under control. I know the questions are asked a certain way, but I am confident things are well under control. And I want to make sure that I'm on record thanking Pam Boyle for the excellent job she does. She served us very well.
Oh, I will also point out that long before Bennett was on the board was given the duties of reviewing the reconciliations, and if he's not doing his job, shame on him. Whereas John Ben Barron's demonstrated proficiency with all highway equipment, including the excavator and grader, therefore be it resolved to promote John Barron to an HMEO 4.5 effective, and that should say January 1st, 2024.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Be it resolved to accept the resignation of Elisa Rhodes from the Youth Center as of December 31st, 2023.
Second.
Discuss.
Discuss.
I want to call attention again to the error that remains on the personnel books
All
of
right,
the town
all
of
in
Woodstock
favor?
concerning the youth
Aye.
center. The recreation
Be it
director.
resolved to hire,
Well,
Bill,
you know what? No, because when there is a motion on the table,
and
when
when
there
you
is a
said
ma-
discuss and I began
Discuss.
discussing,
so you discuss
The motion.
Elisa Rhodes. the
I
motion.
am
You don't go
discussing
off-
it.
Bennett, you continually go off on tangents that have nothing to do.
This
If you want to talk
concerns-
about Elisa Rhodes, that's part of the discussion. Talking about anything else is not on the table. You should go learn the rules.
Bill,
Be
I
it
want to discuss
resolved-
Alyssa Rhodes.
What do you want to say about Elisa Rhodes?
I think that Alyssa Rhodes is being supervised by the person, by the recreation director, and that title has been
No, she's no
improperly
longer being
changed.
supervised. She's resigned.
Exactly.
What
And-
does this have to do with her resignation?
Well, I'd like to find out. That's a great question.
Go talk to her.
All right, I will go talk to Alyssa Rhodes, and
Can
I'll
we
also
have-
talk to
can we
Ulster
have a
County
vote on
Civil
that?
Service.
Aye.
All in favor?
Aye,
I accept the resignation.
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. So is that 5-0?
yeah.
Be it resolved to hire Leanne Bunchinger as part-time dispatcher grade 3 at an hourly rate of $24.93 effective 1/3/2024.
Is it 1-3 or 123?
But it says 123 on the page.
123, sorry,
Okay.
I'll second.
123. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Resolved to hire Michelle Bennett as part-time dispatcher grade 3 at an hourly rate of $24.93 effective January 23rd, 2024.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 One that wasn't on there, be it resolved to appoint Gordon Webb as chair of the zoning board of appeals for 2024.
I will second that.
Okay.
Discuss.
Discuss.
No,
We're discussing, Maria.
Discuss.
understood. Keep going.
This is a print of the current town website. You can note on it that it says that Gordon Wemp is already the ZBA chair for 2024. As you know, the ZBA chair must be voted on by the town board in accordance with New York State town law section 267(2). I believe the town board did not vote on the ZBA chair on January 9th.
We didn't. We're voting
I
on it
believe
now.
that this website is not a mistake. I believe that Supervisor McKenna has installed a chair at the ZBA without the town board's approval.
That's not true.
You will note that the other chair whose appointment was tabled on January 9th meeting, the WEC chair, is not listed here.
And your point
To
is,
further demonstrate that this is an unauthorized installation of the ZBA chair, please note that town law section 267(2) does say that in the absence of a chairperson, the zoning board of appeals may designate a member to serve as the acting chair. Attached is the agenda from the January 11th meeting that does indicate that no acting chair was designated. It's important that the ZBA chair be correctly appointed and voted on, that a designee be correctly assigned as acting chair. Failure to do so puts the decisions of the ZBA at risk and challenges and puts the town of Woodstock at financial and legal risk. Additionally, the formal investigation found abusive behavior by Gordon Wemp. One of the actions that I will be taking is to vote no on the proposed appointment of Gordon Wemp.
All in favor?
Discussion.
Discuss?
So there was a complaint, I believe, was that complaint addressed
It
directly
was-
with Gordon?
It was.
Okay.
And the town board has not received any copies of the investigation or the findings?
I had a conversation with the supervisor, so, and I feel comfortable with the conversation that happened.
I have not received anything from the supervisor about this. Have
We
you
haven't
received
asked him
anything?
either.
We had a conversation.
I received nothing. I have
I
not.
received nothing.
No,
Okay.
vote no.
Well,
Vote no.
Have you received anything in your?
I've not received
I did
anything.
not send anything other than to Marcel.
I had conversations with Bill. I wanted to know more and I followed up with Bill.
So do we want, is it ordinarily, and apologies to everyone, do we ordinarily get something?
We
so that can be
don't
comfortable?
discuss.
The HR matter?
Yeah,
Right, but it was adequately addressed with an HR matter. It was the first time. I'm comfortable saying yes to this.
okay. All in favor?
No.
Aye.
No,
I,
Okay, public be heard. We have now 8 speakers for up to 3 minutes. Do we have anyone who wants to? Michael? Let me get my timer ready.
Oh, yeah, get your timer out there. First question, what am I breathing? What's the chemical?
Beautiful stuff. We've been breathing it.
What is
It's stained. Come on, Michael.
No, is
It's
it
wood
like
stain.
chlorine?
It's wood stain.
it's the,
Wood
it's
stain
the
on the-
addition,
It's
right?
wood stain.
Polyurethane.
The addition has, you know.
Let's not be silly here. We're,
Jackie,
we all
Jackie,
work in
Jackie,
construction. so
Jackie,
No,
public
no,
be heard.
that's beautiful.
Jackie,
Go for it, Michael.
Jackie,
Go!
Step away from the table.
I happen
Don't get
to
in
have
your
a-
face.
Don't get in my face.
I happen to have a chemical sensitivity.
Well, then, walk outside.
Could I finish what I'm
Jackie.
saying, Jackie? You know, you've been really rude this whole meeting, Jackie.
I feel like it.
Can you?
It's my mood
Look,
tonight.
I'm here to talk about.
Michael, address the
volunteer
board.
work.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. I would suggest that in the future, when you have a chemical situation in the meeting room, that you reschedule the meeting for some other location.
Should we adjourn the meeting?
Well, no, Michael gets his 3 minutes. I want to.
I'd like to get my point across.
Yeah.
I actually do have a chemical sensitivity.
Yeah.
I worked with this stuff for 30 years.
Yeah.
And it makes me very ill.
Could be
And
on Zoom.
I'm
We
here.
don't want you to be on.
I'm
we don't-
here, well, I know you don't want me to be ill. And I just think the common sense response would be to put us down at the community center, where we've had these
I'm glad
meetings.
you had that thought about us
No
while we've been
meeting.
working here.
But
Thank you.
No
Well,
Zoom.
why don't you
No-
ask
Thank
to
you.
work somewhere else?
Thank you.
No
That
Zoom.
has no Zoom though. The thing is, the choice is we're trying to do Zoom. People ask
All
for
right,
Zoom
well,
and we're trying to do Zoom while we
Let's
can.
get some air purifying in here.
Do you have
Let's get some
anything else?
filters.
We're
Yes, I
gonna-
do.
We're
Okay.
gonna be out of here very shortly because shortly they'll start working here and we won't be in here anyway.
Okay, so then we go to the
Well,
No,
we'll go
town
home.
hall.
Town hall.
town hall.
And that'll be shortly. Do we know which, February or March?
We don't. My guess is the next town board meeting will be down at the town.
At the town
hall.
hall. So.
Okay,
And we are working to get Zoom down there, but there's no guarantee.
okay. There are people that do that installation professionally, so why don't you hire somebody?
Mhm. Thank you.
I'm here to talk about tree committee. Excuse me,
Well, let's,
Jackie,
yeah, Michael gets,
please, now, come
Michael
on.
does get his time, so
I'm a volunteer.
go ahead.
I'm here
Michael.
with the tree committee. I wanted to report that we got a very excellent response from the National Arboretum about the elm tree.
Nice. Did they come and visit?
They have sent us the paperwork to put that particular tree on the National Register of Elm Trees.
Wow.
It will give the location of the tree, so there are people who study these trees and they may be coming here.
Okay.
Tourists, elm tourists.
We should probably, since it is at the youth center, and they should probably just give us a heads up so that we.
Well, I'm not quite,
Yeah.
I'm not sure how that is all going to work, but it is public property and, there's a parking lot there, it's in a parking lot. So that said, I also wanted to let the board know that we received a $300 memorial donation this week, which will cover the cost of planting our Arbor Day tree, April 28th, which will be down at Vince's laundromat,
Oh, cool.
212.
Do you know what
And,
time you know what time you're doing that?
I don't think we have a time set yet, but we will be planting a tree there. He took down a dead oak this year. And I will send you the name. I'm not gonna publicly give out the name, but I'll send you an
The person
email.
was for the person that gave it. Can you say who it
The
was
whole
for?
thing, yeah,
Okay,
I'll give you the
wait for
whole
that.
thing, because I'm gonna respond and let
Well, the
his
donator
family-
is public, Michael.
Well,
Just so you
I
know.
don't have it in front of me.
No, I
That's
don't
okay.
either, but it is
That's
public.
I'm trying to be polite, Jackie.
Yeah. Me too.
Okay, good,
Thank you, Michael.
So that,
You'll let me know when they're gonna come and look at the
Yeah.
elm tree?
well, it's gonna go on to a national register.
No, but
so-
you'll let me know. They're gonna come, aren't they coming out to
The
look? at it?
Arboretum,
Yeah.
I'm not, they're gonna want a cutting of the tree,
Mhm.
just to take the DNA.
DNA, yeah.
I don't know
Wow.
how that's gonna work.
Is
yet.
that because it's been resistant to the elm disease?
Yes. And we're
Wow.
gonna determine whether it's a male or female, we don't know that. I mean, it may, if
Do we need
it,
to find the name?
seriously, folks, if it produces seed, then it is actually more valuable. And then we'll be coming to collect the seeds.
So where is it related to the community center?
It's
or the
right in
youth
front of
center?
the skate park. It's
Oh.
right, it's right.
So between the skate park and Rock City Road?
No,
No, no.
skate park and
And the parking
community
lot?
center parking lot.
Oh, it's,
Yeah.
so it's right by the, between the. it's
You'll
between
see
the-
it. It's a massive, it's a 180-year-old tree. The last thing is, you didn't have the tree committee appointments on the agenda tonight. Is that gonna happen?
I'm still waiting to hear back from you about Carol March, and
She reached out to you. I've sent you an email 3 times now on the
I
subject.
don't think I've seen from Carol. I'll have it on the next agenda then. Did she get back?
I thought she was, I know Linda
Okay.
interviewed. I thought Carol.
Linda
was-
did. We haven't interviewed
All right.
Carol.
I'll make sure Carol.
Okay.
interviews.
Thank you,
Okay,
Mike.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you, Michael.
Next,
Thank you.
anyone else?
I have a question.
Yes.
Not a public be heard, but are we gonna discuss the fire department proposal?
We can do that too. So we had a public hearing. There was some back and forth. There was some requested changes by the fire department. And I was just waiting to hear back from the board on thoughts on that.
Well, I think
I support it.
We spoke, I support what you had proposed.
Right. I support the fire department's version that was passed by the Onteora School Board. And I have a copy of that and I can send it around to everybody if you would like.
Okay, why don't you do that?
It seems
There-
odd.
there-
Thank
there-
you.
there
I
was-
support the Onteora solution as well.
Theirs was pretty, didn't have a lot of specifics.
Why does the school board, how do they weigh in?
They're a taxing entity, each taxing.
Oh, so they're gonna, I see,
Yeah.
so they're gonna alter their taxes as well.
All the taxing entities are weighing in.
Well, so the town sets the price of the home, the value. But
Right.
the different entities can decide whether they're doing it.
Okay, well, and of course, Woodstock has 3 school districts,
Correct.
Saugerties and Kingston as well too.
And do we as a board want to discuss that before the next meeting, to discuss the differences between the two proposals?
Well, I would ask Bennett to send the Ontiora one,
Okay.
since that's the one he's interested in,
Okay.
and then let
So we can
individuals can talk and discuss, and then at the next meeting, we can plan to bring it.
I'll be happy to do that.
Yeah, are
Thank
we
you.
clear on the
Okay.
deadline? So because if we.
I think we're good until March.
Because if we alter it, then we can't vote on it next time.
Correct, we would have to vote on it the following week,
And there's a
So-
deadline to vote. on
March
this.
1st, yeah.
Right, so we, it'll be better to vote in something and change it later than to,
Correct,
Not do it.
correct. We can
So-
always adopt the law that we have
right, and then
and
adjust.
amend it after,
Okay,
so. Lori,
I had a couple of things I wanted to mention that, one, that the Youth Center Task Force had a public be heard listening session on its work so far, really just to get ideas from the
Mhm.
public
the
and
task force.
the task force,
Youth Center.
Youth Center Task Force.
Oh, yes,
And sort of recapping ideas that they had already been given by talking to various representatives from groups like Kids from the Youth Center, Rotary Club, Summer Camp, Historical Society, etc. Anyway, we are hoping to have another public be heard session February 6th at 7. I just need to clear that with Jackie and the youth in the community center schedule,
okay.
because that would be at the community center at 7 PM on
right, so
February 6th.
tentatively, based on
Tentatively,
availability.
Based on
Yeah, I
availability,
think I saw
February
it on the
6th.
website. I think the town website does have it there.
I know that Ben asked Melanie to put it up, but we do need to confirm.
From the, it's available.
that
And
it's
then
available.
also Melanie mentioned she was going to be creating a page for the Youth Center Task Force on the town site. So we can put up the PDF that was presented at that meeting, and it will be modified to include the ideas that were presented at that meeting for the next meeting. But people had asked to see it online, so that will happen as well.
Excellent.
And then the other thing I just wanted to bring people's attention to, I'm not sure how many Woodstockers are aware that the current Ontiora Superintendent and School Board have slated Woodstock Elementary for closure in 2028. And
So that's moved up from, or moved back.
well, the original resolution was 2028. There's some interim steps that are going to be taken. Moving grades around and things like that, beginning with, what's already happened with Phoenicia. But I wanted Woodstockers to be aware of this. I think it's very important because in my opinion, Woodstock Elementary is really one of the heartbeats of our town. It's a big draw for families. And it's very difficult for me to imagine Woodstock without a school. And I think there's enough research to support the effects on the community when schools close. So I just wanted to make people aware of that and remind people that this spring, before we know it, we will be looking at a school board election. So it will be a very good chance for people to make their voices heard. So I just want to put that out there on people's radar.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.